And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Saw Presents Rainbow Six Siege Resurgence Cup, sponsored by Techsessories and Saw. And today we're gonna be having the quote-unquote quarterfinals between the side of Molo Corps and Vechu Beta. And as you can see on your screen, the maps, or should I say, it is a best of three. So the maps which we'll be having the action on, we're gonna be having Clubhouse, Cafe Dostoevsky, and Skyscraper. And all of these maps, Molo Corps will be starting their attack, and starting with attack. And I do want to know what is going to be happening in the players, psychologies, because there will be a lot of pressure, I can guess, because both of the teams are simply amazing teams. And not to mention, this actually reminds me of the Mercenaries versus CSBD days, because the players are technically from those respective organizations / teams, as they are facing off against on the map of Clubhouse, selected by the side of Molo Corps, Cafe Dostoevsky from the side of Vechu Beta. And if these Titans need a third map, we'll be heading into Skyscraper. Once again, I know I mentioned it, but all of these maps, we're going to be seeing the side of Molo Corps starting on attack. And as we talk about it, the game has already conducted its way, as it is going to be on our screens now, starting with the map of Clubhouse at the Ben phase. Okay, what the hell? The game needs to start capture fast. Come on, game. Don't betray me here. As it will start, I know. Yeah, there you go. It just acts up sometimes, just some mood swings. But then again, Molo Corps, as this is their map, I do expect them to have a bit more of a stronger composition compared to the opposition. But it also is going to come down to a lot of factors. If the side of Vechu Beta is expecting this, I'm low-key kind of happy that we're not going to be seeing any Chalet this time around, because this map, Chalet in particular, has been played a lot of times. I have to thank the side of Vechu Beta, however, because they were one of the few teams who actually brought those unorthodox maps to be played. Same can apply for the side of Molo Corps as well, but this is a match I know for a fact every single soul will be expecting to see, every single soul wants to see. As of now, Aggressive has not joined us on the conversation. Well, he's gonna be joining me in the conversation. It's gonna be me going for the solo cast. Hopefully for us, the internet is also looking very stable, as the players' pings are not looking that too much shabby. Not to mention, even I'm not needing Warp to join Discord anymore. So that being said, the ban phase are gonna go off as we head into the action phase, round 1, and we're gonna be heading into Church from the side of Vechu Beta. And not to mention, as this is gonna be best of 3, there's a lot of room for mistakes, even though it is not something I can put emphasis on, because of the absolute obvious that, yeah, you really want to give away a map to your opposition? Yeah, you can be confident that, okay, I can for a fact take these maps in my favor, but what if you can't? What if these things actually doesn't quite favor you? That's not very impossible when you think about it, right? So there will be the fear factors, there will be the X factors, but still, the players, I really hope they're ready for this. None of these teams are here to lose, and I kind of saw some of the players, I'm not gonna refer the names, they have been dry running the game. When I was inviting them to the lobby, I saw them playing custom games, which is an indication they were doing an experiment, doing their dry runs and everything. And this is what I love to see again. This reminds me of the TC days, this reminds me of the CSBD days. The rivalries, the acceleration are really on the rise here, as we had our ups and downs, but still, this is where we wanted to be, as the best of 3s are where the players, whether it be the newbies or the experienced, will be seeing how the top dogs of this region play, as we will be starting off with a pretty heavy roam from the defensive side. I think there's only 2 players inside the objective, the rest are pretty much hunkering around the top side. I do see Atsimad looking for drones, but nothing as of now. Fatar and Kyo right around the corner on the logistics side will be denying any possibilities of a hedge breach, as the attackers start things off by taking the control of the garage, presumably, but still they're taking their time, very respectable. So Kishima Gore will find the information on the Lucy, knowing there is a presence on the top floor. Death Wish will be able to wait, did he miss that? Probably he did, I'm not sure, but it's only an indication the push is going to be starting from the CCTV side, as the players are starting to fall back. Construction has also been opened up. A lot of angle has been lost from the defensive side already, but still, they don't care. They're just burning time and utilities there as much as they can. And the impact trick will be popping up from the side of Kuro, or should I say Sun, as he did change his username, just so you know. Dokibi calls come in. Nothing to be afraid of as of right now, as the attackers are taking their sweet time, still taking some form of control, as Amaterasu almost finds that Timar, and there you go. The final ball is gonna be there, as he's gonna lose his head in the process. 4v5, as the hatch is still having a lot of pressure from Senpai. but he's also trying to deny any possibilities of an impact trick as they're trying to put 2 of the canisters at a time. Poseidon will find 1 onto Fatar, and that's your roamers of the board, except for Kyo, who was able to fall back to the objective safely. Not to mention with Melusi, I do love this composition because they're actually trying to burn time as much as they can, as Melusi also has the ACOG, which she definitely didn't have back in the days. So even with the MP5 where it is, it's really gonna be an extremely strong gun. Not to mention, that gun is a menace in the hands of perfect play. Not only because of the obvious, it doesn't have any recoil, even though the fact that it has been nerfed to 27 damage very long time ago. But still, if you happen to use a long barrel, you will be able to get that back because once again, that gun doesn't have any much of a recoil. Poseidon did see a player in the distance, but still not contesting that angle as he's expecting somebody to peek from this peek hole. He's gonna be Guman, but it's not the end of the world as Molo is having a really hard time. Tsukishima is already sticking it. Poseidon goes down, but I don't think that the attackers know about it. As Tsukishima might be able to get away with it, and the plan goes down, pushing it a post-down situation. He will go down, but still Sun needs to find the refusal as well, as the attackers still have control of their hatch as well. Kyo is gonna go down thanks to Molo. Sun knows exactly where the Dokkaebi is, but then again, needs to connect the shot. It's all the Sun here, finds the kill. It's all up to Ash and the Legion. The problem is the Legion super low on HP. If one bullet from the R4C connects, that's gonna be enough to get rid of him. The bite's gonna be coming in. Deathwish knows about it. The time is ticking. 16 seconds left on the clock. Deathwish is expecting some more audio cues and Kikizometti coming in, and there you go. Deathwish will swing as he knows it's a complete stick from the side of the Legion. Nothing Legion had in the equation. He had to stick it, and just like that, 1-0. And I must say, Molo Corps, they are gonna start things off with a spectacular fashion. And by the way, I miss you, aggressive. Gotta admit, missed these matches for a very long time, especially after TC. Because I'm not complaining, but the previous matches we had, either they were really close, not exactly that close, but they were either one-sided or just it wasn't that challenging. No disrespect to the teams though, but these are the top dogs of this region. Region? Yeah, absolutely region. I was about to say country, but then I was like, okay, never mind. We do still have Blast R6 going on, so there's no questions about it. Not to mention, a lot of players present today, they were incredibly dominant players even during TC days, the days of Nordwind and everything. I can't remember if Nordwind hosted an R6 tournament, but those days, these players were rivals. Even though the teams have, shifted up quite a lot, because from what I remember, Fatar and Hasiban Speeds used to be teammates. From what I remember, Kurosaki or Sun used to play for Instinct. Kyo used to be a part of Gazellus. I can't remember for Etsima at least, but still. But for on the other side of the spectrum, Molo Corps, the vast majority of their side is from Deimos Force or CSBD. Deimos Force probably, but I would say CSBD because most of the players were there. CSBD players also had amazing talents like Salim Rashad. I can't remember I think their IGNs were Salim Rashad after all. So they were there, but as they're living in Canada at the moment from what I know, so they're not going to be present. So technically Deimos Force, not even the council. So a lot of players or a lot of viewers we have here, there's a high possibility they might not even have been here the moment they were dominant. They're still dominant, don't get me wrong. As the preparation phase started, I didn't even realize it, that they're starting to get the breach off as a mute jammer. It's gonna be putting a lot of pressure on Amaterasu. They don't have any, but they do have Cage, so that ace breach is gonna be a problem. But still, Poseidon getting rid of that mute jammer, allowing the ace to for double breach. Nothing to be expected. And frankly speaking, from the side of Vechu, I think they are allowing them to go for this breach because they do have a Mira setup. I see an Ash from the side of the attackers, so Loki wanna see how they actually counter this. Not gonna be a problem because once again, Mira has been nerfed to the ground, especially when since Mira's window can be taken off by anything which penetrates. But still, they're still keeping themselves alive, holding a lot of crossfires as their hold is not that out of the hatch. But then again, on a map like Clubhouse, you can't quite go super, out of the hatch either because of the absolute obvious, right? Because it is such a bread and butter map. Everybody plays textbook. It depends which team is gonna have the better textbook gameplay. Cafe Dostoevsky is technically the same, but there will be a bit more of a expectation, because some players, especially the Japanese players in Pro League, they do change the pace of catching those players in a lot of fashion, and I'm pretty sure the players are gonna be doing the exact same thing as Ash, which is a pretty aggressive peak, but nothing is gonna be found. In the process, however, we're gonna be losing 2 players from some of the attackers and 1 from the defender. Make it a 2-2 instead, as Amaterasu will find Atsimad going way more aggressive on the main stair side. Another Cade is stuck as the pings are gonna be coming in. Molo is gonna find Kyo, but still the Kite's gonna have a lot of pressure on his side, as the diffuser will make inside of the objective, but still Sun finds a brilliant shot onto Molo. And that is with the diffuser. Not exactly a diffuser, but still, Hasi wants peace. Expecting somebody to run construction. And he's not wrong though. The plan's going down. Amaterasu is taking it, and there's nothing he can do about it. And the shot's gonna connect. Amaterasu is gonna go down. It's all death wish 1 second. Finds the first. Finds the second. This guy is gonna find back-to-back kills, and he's not gonna stop whatsoever. And just like that, Molo Corpse keeps themselves alive and keeps themselves very strong on the lead. 2-0. And I gotta admit, I cannot blame the side of Vechu, but even a little bit here, because they put such an amazing pressure, especially Sun putting such a fight. Once again, Sun is Kurosaki. I keep forgetting the name, but I remember that is Sun. So, that being said, this is looking exhilarating, because all of these rounds are going really neck to neck, and it's really difficult to say which team is gonna have the upper hand. Once again, both of those rounds went to 1v1. And I gotta admit, the first one might not be a huge clutch for the side of Death Wish, but the second one, the 1v2, you gotta love to see it. And if you're a fan of Molo Corpse, trust me, it is the best time to cheer, it's the best time to rejoice, but not celebrate, because it's way too soon to celebrate as of now. But still, Molo Corpse putting up such a fight. Do comment in the comment section on this YouTube channel, so that your supported teams can actually have a look after the tournament goes down. And not to mention, as you're at it, do check out our sponsors at Techsessories BD and Sabertooth Wolves, and you might be able to join our revolution. Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb. Once again, an identical setup, near identical, I would say. I don't quite, never mind, it's technically the same, except for Hasi One Speed goes for a Legion, because he knows that electro claws are not going to be very beneficial, because once again, the breach did go down thanks to Ace. So, that's not going to be the brightest of this team, even though the TCSG in the hands of Hasib was really tremendous. He did connect the shots and he did get the kill on the Ace, but now he needs to get the frags. He needs to be aggressive. Atsimad knows there's a lot of threats reinforcing this vicinity, so he's gonna be falling back. As for some reason, the size of Molo Corpse has not destroyed the default cameras, and I'm pretty sure Q's gonna be okay. So I know you're pushing from Garage, what if I just give real information to teammates instead? As Hasib Speeds will find the initial one falling back to Garage. Pretty sure he found it from Oil Pit. And this is a moment where the side of Molo Corps needs to slap their heads that, okay, what did we do? Just saying, ladies and gentlemen, even in ranked games, make sure you're destroying the default cameras, because they still give static information to the defenders. So now losing Tsukishima Goat. That's the Lion. The aggression will be lackluster. Still, players can pull this off if they find their directed gunfights. As from the looks of it, seems to be pretty clear, they're going to be able to take the Mira window from the distance. So that's exactly where Mira players suffer nowadays, because Ash and Kali, both of those penetrating objects, actually goes infinite distance. There's no drop off. That really frustrates Mira players, but then again, Mira was a menace, but I don't think Mira deserved this nerf, but it's just what it is. Hasib is already on the flank. I'm really expecting him to put up a play here, as none of the attackers are really concerned about this. This can be huge, but as that happens, what is the plan from the attacking side, as they're still taking the time to go for a construction beach? This is looking decent, but still, Atsimad will be spotted out. The drone might not survive. Your Muse also got to be spotted out. The pings are coming in, but still, no kills whatsoever. Well, frankly speaking, it's not going to be the kills whatsoever, because still needs to take control of the garage side, construction side. Fatar's gonna go down thanks to Poseidon. The information is gonna be reeled in thanks to Hasib, but it's not gonna be very beneficial whatsoever, as Hasib and Kyo capitalizes on these. And now it's both up to the FBI operators on the attacking side. Depends if they can make an FBI open up over here. It really doesn't look like it. I'm really sorry if it sounds harsh, but the time is ticking. They don't have much map control, and there's 4 angry defenders who wants to equalize and possibly win the round for themselves. The one's gonna be connecting, but no, Atsimad is gonna be on the better end of this. Finds the first, but still not the second. Atsimad, however, will find his second, and just like that, finally some forms of life from the side of Vechu. And gotta admit, this is not around the side of Molo Corps will also be regretting, because these games are really going neck to neck, but still Vechu look much more dominant this round as they kept 3 players alive when they secured the round.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
As the defenders find success on the kitchen side, they'll be going back to the basement side. Even though this was the round where they kind of struggled, even though Sun did try his best to make a defuse down, 100 defuse to be exact, but depends how much of a success they find this time. The attackers will have an identical lineup once again. Exactly the same, I would say. Not, yeah, it is actually the same. I did see Tsukishima or Senpai on the Hibana last, so gonna remain identical. The drones will be safe. Nothing out of the ordinary from the defensive side when it comes to strategy. He's looking for drones. Fatar, unfortunately, will miss that drone from the side of Senpai. That's not gonna be the end of the world. Hopefully, Asima didn't shoot, because the moment the preparation phase goes down, friendly fire starts to be active. There, he could have damaged the smoke significantly, and Hasi wouldn't be happy about it. As he is playing smoke, there's no questions asked that he will be holding onto the tunnel. Even though that was a way stronger factor when smoke had a shield. But still, even without a shield, you can simply hold onto the tunnel with a shotgun, with the angles, because there's a lot of choke points where shotguns can be much more superior. Not to mention, after the shotgun buff we had, it's gonna be much more supreme. Valkyrie cameras will be here. Possibilities of a C4 is really not impossible, but still this time around the attackers not burning that much time to go for a roam hunt. But then again, the attackers will not take that much of a risk, as they're simply scouting out the map, as the Ash confirms there is no presence at least not a heavy roam in the attacking side, except for one flank probably, even though that kind of is doubtable. Still starts to take the entry, starts to fight at least where he can find his own opening. As the defenders, I do want to say this is a really interesting situation. They're opting to go for a 5-man hold as a key swapping player, but still, Impactrix not quite there yet. So Tsushima trying to find the hatch, as the Ash was trying to find anybody going aggressive on the lines of sight, but nothing as of now. The attackers have full control of top floor, but this needs to come down to an execution. It just burns time so much. Hasib still expecting somebody to be on tunnel, but still he will turn his attentions around. As attackers are starting to take control of main stairs as well. This is a pretty fast pushes, so even though there's only 1 minute left on the clock, the values they have found on the map control, it's really tremendous, but they'll, once again, they'll need to convert this. They're open, and if they want to go for a pretty... bro, it's actually a solid surface. So side. Come on, brother. Shudipto da. Don't do this. Shudipto da. It apnar dane theke bhanga lagto bhai. I think it's done. I think it's done now. Still. Anyway, Smoke will go for a run out to find any information on the tunnel, but nothing as of now, as he will fall back. Starting things off, getting rid of Fatar, followed by the side getting rid of Yatsim and the Fatar, and there you go, the laser corridor was still Sun. Will live to tell the tale as he got a refrag, but still not quite the refrag he was looking for. 2 for the very price of 1. As the attackers might just be going for a proper execution. 17 seconds left on the clock. This needs to go down, but I think hell's gonna break loose here, ladies and gentlemen. As Tsukishima goes for the drop, there is a player near the vicinity, finds one, he's gonna look for a second one as well. It's not to Kyo, but still, wonderful timing, I gotta admit, but still, this needs to go down as Kyo's looking for the plan B now, but he doesn't know! Death Wish is gonna have the proper angle on the Valkyrie, as he just knew where the Valkyrie is gonna be. The R4C wallbang is gonna be much more superior than the MPX. And just like that, the basement is definitely gonna be cursed for the side of Vechu, as they're definitely gonna be switching this objective into CCTV. And there you go, the moment I say it, it's gonna happen. I gotta admit, Molo Corps, they know how to keep themselves calm. I mean, it's anybody's guess. These guys have been dominating this scene before I even started playing the game. And this is not surprising from their end whatsoever, as they're putting up such an amazing fight. Wait. I just realized something. Blitz is not banned. Wait. I just realized. When I saw the Monty from Poseidon, I realized, okay, Blitz is not banned. Senpai's not playing there. Something isn't right. Okay, maybe down the line we'll be seeing a Blitz play from his side. The train's gonna be starting his way and it's not gonna stop anytime soon, but still. How is this push gonna go down? I think I kind of know that Poseidon will be pushing a lot of pressure onto the Garage side. The biggest problem for him, however, is gonna be Sun, because he just knows there might be a Legion, probably, and he might be able to get rid of the Monty, or maybe forcing him to fall back up a little bit. Even the Legion mines are gonna be able to be destroyed. And now, on this action phase, I don't expect something extremely out of the hats here. Not at all. But these players do know where to bamboozle players from. Poseidon, you'll be able to see Legion in the distance. He's gonna call there on number 2. That's him out, playing this angle, not quite seeing somebody, but still not. Everyone's not gonna be noticing, but he knows the thermite is there as the bulls are gonna be trading. If anybody's thinking that, how does he know? It's because the thermite is shooting at him. Just so you know, it's game sense. Now he sees the head of the thermite, not connecting the shots, as the C9mm C1 is a pretty slow gun. But it's not the end of the world. Deathwish getting rid of both of the Cades, allowing the Monty to have some cover from the ace if the ace happens to go for a breach, that is. Atsima holding onto the shield, onto the lounge side. But still there will be lines of sight from the defenders as well, as expected. Kyo looking out of the window from pool table. Nothing as of now. The attacker is finally opening up the garage side. The primary target is that particular area, not the main breach quite yet. Poseidon starts to take damage thanks to the Legion boom mine. That's exactly what I was talking about. And the Legion can stack him up on the main door, forcing the Monty to fall back. And that's exactly where the Monty is gonna have such a hard time. Poseidon being so calm, tracking the Monty, but still the default breach is also gonna be going down as they're starting to pressure the Legion and the objective itself. But the biggest problem is if Atsimat finds the Monty in the process. Atsimat not able to shoot, that's gonna be sad, but still Solo Molo finds one, but still Atsimat, it's gonna be Kuroshi. Sun getting one onto Deathwish as well, and now Hasima's piece capitalizing on his own takes as well, as there's 3 players versus 4 from the attacker side. 1 minute left from the clock. They needs to make it fast and they needs to make it steady, as they're starting to push the Legion from the vicinity of 90. He's just pinging it for the Legion. Putting a lot more pressure on the Legion, as Fatar is gonna find one more, but still this is gonna be like looking like full raise, but no, the ADS time has been nerfed, my brother. Amaterasu will find the refrag, but it didn't need to be a refrag. It's all up to the ace now in a 1v3. He does have an amazing gun. I know some people who would say, I know you're watching the stream, by the way, but still, not this time. Kyo is gonna have the proper callouts, and just like that, it's gonna be the side of Vechu getting this round for themselves. 3-2. Possibilities of equalization is really looking likely, but they get to be back on the bedroom side once again. They don't need to go back to the basement anymore, as they want to be on the top of their game and they want to take the top of the objectives as well. 3-2. It looks like it's gonna be an exactly identical setup, except for the mute. Oh, never, the mute is also there. Who am I kidding? But it depends how much the attackers will adapt on the fly. I do see an Osa being brought this time. I don't know if it was last time. It was one. I can't remember if there was a sledge. So there's a Dokibi. Oh, never mind. The Dokibi will be picked back up. So I guess the soft beat is not their main priority, because we just kind of know they will reinforce and extend the map as much as they can. No surprises there. Once again, Clubhouse is a very better map. You can quite bamboozle your opposition a lot. Atsima maybe holding onto this garage side area, putting up the frost mats. Okay, this is an interesting one, because nobody expects 2 frost mats on the 2 ends, right? So if he finds this, I'll be damned. I mean, he may, you never know. Solo Molo was opting to go for the B, but we do still have Poseidon onto that sledge, so it's gonna be his honor to go for that. As the attackers start to take off impromptu onto the CCTV side. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, have you seen the players have pretty, pretty looking skins? Like Poseidon actually has the Red Bull skin. I forgot the name of it. So these are eventually gonna come down to the marketplace of R6. So if you wanna get your advantage, trust me, it is the time. Register yourself for the Rainbow Six Siege marketplace, and at the same time, if you need R6 credits, which you will need, contact our sponsors at Techsessories, as they will give you the best rates available. Hey, I got my glaciers from them, and it didn't cost me 10k. Not gonna refer what, but still. I mean, more than 10k actually. Who am I kidding? Actually, more than triple the 10k, but still. That was like a million R6 credits. So that was actually a pretty good deal. While it could have costed me way more, and it did actually technically, but still. Not gonna go there as of now. As the players are starting to push things off. As they have the skins, they have the skills, and there you go. Tsukishima finds the opening onto Fasar. Notes off the board, not having the best of his games. And we will rendezvous with his comrade in Night Haven. Getting rid of the mirror window as it was jammed, as the Thermite also starts to open things up inside the construction. Poseidon finds one onto Kyo, and again is a second one for himself as well. And the pressure is gonna be extremely on the side of the defender. Before I could have shifted, it is gonna be all up to Sun. The man, the myth, the legend. He has made impossible plays, but can he be good enough to make a clutch? Finds the first, but nice to find the second. No, the free frag game is gonna be way more on point from the side of Poseidon and the side of Molo Corpse. I gotta admit, saw this coming from a mile away. 4-2, the equalization will be denied, and from the looks of it, ladies and gentlemen, the side of Molo Corps chose this map for a reason. And I'm not gonna lie, back in 2018, I think 19, I played a match with Sparko, the man, the myth, the legend, and he said, "Bhai, joto kisui hok, Clubhouse ta bende এটা ওদের main map." That's exactly where I think he was mentioning it. So, yeah.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Now, as the tables turn, Molo Corp starts their own attack. And what can be expected from their side? I do see near identical lineup from their side as well, compared to the side of Vechu Beta, nothing really out of the order, except for a Pulse instead of a Valkyrie. I don't know if a Valkyrie was that concerned. I think it was seen for 1 or 2 rounds at best. 1 round for sure, second round I can't remember. But I think their main focus is gonna be a bit more the frag play. They're looking continuous, they're looking a lot of gunfights, so it's not the end of the world for them. The side of Vechu Beta, however, do have to step up the game. And I know for a fact the players of Vechu Alpha are also watching this game, and they're also gonna say, "Hey, what is happening? We're gonna destroy Vechu Alpha Beta instead." I love this. It's not it's not toxicity, it's just a rivalry within their brotherhood. The moment Vechu Alpha lost the game, I can remember the team. They did mock them, and then again some friendly mocks. And even yesterday we had some conversations about this, that some players are actually trying to, this is once again a joke, that they're trying to shift to Vechu Alpha or Vechu Beta, but still, this is what we want to see. Reminds me of the CSBD days when CSBD had several rosters and they had a rivalry, but still they were friends. And I'm pretty sure both of the teams available here can say the same, but the rivalry needs to be there as well. As side of Hibana, or should I say Hasiban's piece, finds the opening frag. The drones, but I don't really see the last player here surviving. Is there any more rumors? I do doubt that. Not necessarily. No rumors. No rumors. C4 will be prepped thanks to Tsukishima going for the blow, and there you go! The ex-boyfriend finds the girlfriend. Before you know, if you didn't know the context, Hibana and Pulse were dating according to the lore of R6, but still, Tsukishima or Senpai finding a brilliant kill into Hasib, and that's the only hard breacher gone. No can openers either, and that's gonna force the attackers to take control of the blue stairs along with the main stairs. And that's gonna choke them quite a bit, because other than that, there's no other way to go for the basement objective whatsoever, as the hard breaches has been lost. I don't even know if the tunnel has been opened up. This is gonna be bad for them, but still, I do believe them. I do have my hopes up for them. I hope they can pull this off with the hats. Starting to push the pressure over here. All banks are coming in. Kuroshikage. Kurosaki, bhai, I keep forgetting. Son! Wall bang, but nothing as of now. Poseidon. Everybody else just burning time. They know they will have to force themselves down the stairs now. There's no other option. Kyo is already here near the vicinity. He also has the diffuser. I don't see him having any backup whatsoever except for a Twitch drone, but I really don't see that being utilized properly because it went really deep inside the objective, but no frags whatsoever. Smokes will be deployed. Go off the angle. Oh, the smoke's gonna miss. That's why you play CSGO, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, just kidding. CS2 is something which is not at its best place, but still Fatar is gonna be on his game as of now. As he will find Sholo looking for more. Shukishima's gonna find a refrag, but still Kyo finds a refrag onto Deathwish as well, making a 2-3 situation. The attackers will have an advantage, but still, can they have it? Yeah, probably they so. But then again, there's a lot of things to be kept in equation. It's all up to Fatar now. The clock is ticking. No diffuser in hand. Needs to find the mirror and he will find it. It's all to Tsukishima go now. The mirror didn't need to peek. Now it's all up to Tsukishima, but he also went for the peek. Fatar, the man, the myth, the legend, will see the bald head of the pulse, and he will find his own clutch as well. And I gotta admit, from the side of Vechu, they're really looking for vengeance, and they will pull off a miracle and a half. Fatar. Amazing predictions, I gotta admit, but at the same time, Tsukishima didn't need to go for that peek whatsoever. He could have hit there. He knew the diffuser was on the ground. This is heartbreaking, but still, I will give credit, absolute credit for the side of Vechu because they predicted location and they pulled themselves near an impossible round. And I'm pretty sure Molo Corps, they're really not going to be happy with that. And they'll have to take the lessons from this as well. Otherwise, down the line, this is going to cost them. This is a map they picked. They still have the lead. But if you really want to give away that much control to your position, they will gladly take it. Once again, either of these teams are here to mean business, nothing else. Exactly identical setup, because they know their setups has worked out. It was nothing but their greed which punished them. It depends how they actually put up this fight this time around. I can't remember if last time Poseidon was on the Thorn, but I do want to see that Fatar's drone will be hunted by the Solus, so that's technically 2 drones off the board. You still have 8 of them. Quick maths, still. Some attempts of small peak, but nothing quite yet. Swap things off from the kitchen side. Senpai. Gonna find a lot more players. It's actually gonna be interesting to switch to the attackers instead. Where to start the push from? Aximad running the side. Nobody near the vicinity. What's the point of running the side anyways? Still Sholomo. I think he ran out or something because I didn't even hear any retaliation inside of. Wait, I think the Solus scanned him as he ran out. That's gonna be sad. Atsima's not gonna be happy about it. As he's gonna be put to drone business, to watch drones, as he's doing just that. That's it. A bit questionable, but still, I guess he didn't realize this, yeah, inevitable, but it's fine. The line was I do have a lot of questions, ladies and gentlemen. Why would you vault to the same window someone else died before? And with that, with 1 minute 50 seconds left on the clock, it's all to Kyo. He's gonna be able to find the first probably, yes he does, but still, with half HP, 3 angry defenders are waiting for him to embrace him. I don't get it. What happened to the side of Vechu? You know, back in the days, people used to rappel on their window to find a kill probably, to look for anybody who's going for the aggressive peek. None of them happened. I understand he didn't go for that, the freezer because he expected some C4, but this time it's no better. But then again, I'm not blaming them even a little bit. It's a lot of pressure they're having. They're the ones who are playing this game. You're not. So it's a lot more pressure on them, as a lot of players also are spectating them, looking at them, as Senpai's giving them all the information he's looking for, as he's looking for the heartbeat sensor, or as Jinxie would say, cardiac Johnson. Nice shot from the side of Kyo, as he's gonna be able to make the cross. He's gonna be able to isolate the first gunfight, looking for Kate, but not gonna find him as he was not near the vicinity. Still, it was a really good attempt from his side, as a pause timer will be called in. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I think it is a disconnection issue from the side of Vechu beta, so we're gonna be allowing them a little bit of time. Do stay tuned, don't go anywhere because the action just started. For some reason, OBS doesn't quite detect my game in a couple of seconds, but ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be back with the action between the side of Molo Corps and Vechu. Hopefully, thanks to that pause, we'll be having Aggressive joining me so that I don't have to, break my vocal cord. But hey, Aggie, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing fine, but when you talk to yourself, I think that it is a little bit better. Everyone knows that you're a mental patient, which could be the case for a little bit of fun poking around here and there, but I'm here to keep you company this time around. And honestly speaking, the game is between both of these teams. I've been watching from the back end on the stream, and both of these squads, they're very evenly matched. Either one could still take a win on here, but Molocorps, their defensive hold has been looking quite clean in a lot of these rounds. But still, Vechu better, they're making a very good comeback.
Absolutely. Well, this is a match look by Molo Corps. I'm not going to be very surprised if their defensive setup is going to be much more dominant compared to the side of Vechu as they were defending. But we have to remember that Molo Corps did make a 4-2 split. So that's going to be something, but then again, as Aggie told me something, I mean, I didn't miss my guy. I'm not going to be blaming him, else I would have died.
What? Oh, I thought he killed something. He just killed a drone. Never mind.
Yeah, it's
like, wait a second.
This is the preparation phase, man.
I know. I was like, wait a second. Why is there a hit marker with a red icon? I was like, did he hit a headshot or something? My brain for a second. Welcome to R6, the game where even the UI wants to chip at you all the time.
Tell me about it. And now, I mean, we've both seen these players in TEC, and they are facing off against each other here. So there's a lot of exhilarations here, I'm not gonna lie. And as this is a best of 3 series, just as you didn't know about it, the first map is Clubhouse, as you can see. The second map is Cafe, and if you need the third map, which is gonna be Skyscraper. You know, it just gives me memories of TEC, gives me memories of when CSVD used to be a thing, you know? Because those were the days when Bangladeshi R6 was at its peak. So, do you think those days may come back down the line?
We just have to wait and see, considering that Blast has taken over all the rights to do tournament. It's the local tournaments that are really going to keep things alive, but if players like Fatar are still going to be playing the game at such a high level, the angles are just pristine. Getting the opening frag out takes over the entirety of CCTV. That's a huge opening. But the main issue will be the player on cash room. If they're able to find the pick or even a proper util to just flush him out in towards the open, that's a big angle that can be opened up for them.
Absolutely. As it is Poseidon, knowing one of his teammates has already fallen, so Molo is gonna find one, but he's gonna refrag instantaneously. I do see Deathwish looking at the mountain in the distance, but not able to do anything whatsoever because the entirety of garage control has been transferred to the attacking side. Hasib will get a Legion Mine on his foot, but still not the end of the world. He can pull it off, and now he's actually pushing into the absolute take of the objective. Fatal is gonna find a double follow on the side of Kyo as well as Albert Poseidon. The man, the myth, the legend needs to find an impossible clutch over here in a 1v4. Might be able to find the first as the gridlock is gonna be charging, but it's gonna be the Monty instead, as he will simply be pushed out of existence. Nice try. But still, this is gonna hurt quite a bit.
Yeah, not really the biggest of surprise here. The Monty just got free reign over towards Garage. You expect that to happen, right? Who in the name of God will be able to stop that Monty from just running up for free? I expected the Bandit to be a little bit more, little bit more disciplined towards that garage angle. I understand that the Monty is present there, but if you held the angle off when you know that there was a Legion Mine close to the stairs, there's a good chance he would have been the one to take it off, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you just wait for it. He has to take off the Legion, otherwise he's just gonna die very slowly, a very painful and slow death. It's just small stuff like this that can win you rounds, but Molocorps, they still have that little bit of a safety net, having that one round in their arsenal, so I'm not gonna write off anything just yet.
I'll be joining on the board as well because there were some overextensions from the side of Molocorps last time around because in the similar fashion as you mentioned, Tsukishima didn't need to go for that peak onto the main breach because understand this, in a map like Clubhouse where there's a lot of exteriors or should I say the bread and butters of the game itself, you have to be careful of all angles because every single soul knows angles and they may even invent new angles you're not even expecting. At least from the side of Molocorps, I wasn't expecting them to be caught off guard by the side of Fatar, but kudos to the side of Vechu as they're making sure their opposition is not going to be having the best of their guards up, but I really hope this doesn't repeat itself because otherwise it could have been such a, prominent take, if I might. Where did Poseidon take damage from? The vertical? Wait, not from the vertical, he took damage from the drone hole!
Okay, that is just absolutely sad. Stuff like this happens quite often. But another thing that we have to add on to, Clubhouse is one of those maps that it's very easy to play the repels. You can play upside down, you can play for pixel angles very easily. And as a defender, you cannot hold breaches. If you hold down breaches, you are guaranteed to die considering how many angles you're normally exposed to. But for now, Kyo, trying to be a little bit of a danger man here on his own turf, but with the bandit being this close, the tricks have been absolutely perfect. In a lot of these situations, the bandit is just getting away for free on all of these.
Absolutely. Sun did try to go for the trees drone, but it's not going to be beneficial as it was expected by the bandit. So bandit doing a lot of hard work here. The EMPs are going to be deployed, and he just knows the time has been elapsed. And he's going to be forced to fall back. He's going to go for the peak. Yes, he will. We'll find Sun in the process, and he didn't expect that to happen, man. He was like, okay, my breach is happening, so I can chill pill. Oh no, in the game of Siege, you're nowhere safe, my guy, and he's going to pay the price for it.
That swing was so fast as well. The man got into a Bugatti and just ran forward instantly. The Legion mines are going to be a huge problem for Hasib here. He can't even run away anymore. There's a Legion on his left and a Legion on his right. He needs to get a teammate to try and give him a little bit of an opening. The Legion's now broken through. Hasib, he has full control of the Wamai.
Okay!
I was waiting for it. He still gets the kill, but he's going to die for it. A 1-for-1 trade, and I think this trade is very favorable. Hasib, he now has full control of Garage, and that is perfect for him.
Absolutely, as he can simply allow the attackers to take on the objective as well, even though that's not that necessary because he does have the diffuser. Fatar can also go for the cover in case it needs. Doesn't quite have the smoke grenades, but it's not going to be the end of the world. There's a lot of utilities near the vicinity, but I do wonder if the attackers are waiting for a timing on the C4. I don't quite see any C4 whatsoever. Wait a second, there is no C4! What?
Wait.
There are none.
Never mind.
And now with that, Estiman finds one onto Poseidon. Things are looking much more rough for them as the attackers are starting to creep and set the objective. They have full control. Even the pings are coming in. I don't see this happening in their favor. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I don't think there's any good opportunity
Oh!
for them to try and hold on to anything. But still, regardless, that was in Tsukushima. What? How do you even try and get a hold of this? No one had any idea where Deathwish was. And then Tsukushima just casually swings out a cash room and gets a kill. And Hasib was none the wiser for it.
That was funny.
There is some stuff in Siege that should not happen, and that round is just the pinnacle of it.
I do wonder, Eggy, like, a question. Why did the Monty overextend? They had this site. Okay, I can give some slack to the Gridlock because he did lose the gunfight against the back, which is okay. You have that site, try to plan. I guess they were expecting C4s, but the problem is there were none. This is not the best of situations where the side of the defenders attackers expected themselves to be. But now on this basement objective, I do expect a little bit more of a dominance on the attacking defensive side. Because last time around, as you were not here, the C4s from the side of Molo were simply inevitable on the side of the attackers. They had no choice but to take it. And even they were in the process to get rid of the hatch, they just couldn't make it. The only round they took from the attacking side of Vechu Beta was just because Fatar clutched it.
It is just an absolute insane situation each and every time. There are certain rounds that should never go your way, and somehow the members of Molo Courts are still making it work. Good openings all around, the rotations are present, the Solus will be a pretty big nuisance here to try and get rid of. Those drones are so crucial to try and get these drone clears done from the top floor all the way to the very bottom, but if the drones are gone early, it's not going to be looking that bright for them. Solus.
Oh, he's going for the big!
No!
This doesn't
He
find
doesn't
anything.
find it, but that's a lot of information. Think about it. Consider the amount of different angles that the members of the defense have already taken a hold of. They can still hold cash room if they want. It's going to be very difficult for them to be cleared out of here.
Absolutely. Not that the IQ knows who does. I'm pretty sure it's a Jackal, I think. Probably. Not. Oh no, yeah, it's someone else. I think it's Hibana instead. As they know the confirmation, they're gonna try to flush them out, and this is exactly where the plans of Molokov starts to shine because they want to burn time. And what else do they want to burn? All the utilities of the defenders. As I do see a Kaiser coming in from the side of Deathwish, getting rid of 2 of the ex-Kairos already. As someone, however, is gonna be getting rid of the Legion in the process, and Sholom is also gone. The roam is pretty much cleared out, Aggie. This is looking good, but still. The attacker still needs to find the hatch as Deathwish is putting a lot of pain on the side of the attacker. It's just trying their best to get the hatch, but still, it just keeps getting tricked every single time. Fatar, however, finds one on Poseidon.
Yeah, these are huge kills.
Ooh,
shot by Deathwish! Yeah. The man has the perfect angle and just the one tap that you do in Valorant. The man doesn't miss any of those.
Oh my, that was clean.
Yep. And that's a good chunk of control too. Abysmal's not really gonna be able to get this Kaid Claw out anywhere. And
high!
they can't even get the hatch open yet. The trick finally is not gonna be working. The hatch opens up, and that's full control. The Dokupi missing a couple of key frags here. He needs to get this kill over on Tsukushima. Imagine if Tsukushima had a little bit more of a better weapon here, or if he found that headshot, that would have been the biggest kill for him. Taking out this Dokupi will be one of the most crucial parts. If blue control is established early, they don't have to worry about this anymore. They can worry more about the main side a little bit more. But this one shield is still causing problems for the members of Vechu Beta to even try and get a split push going here. Unless blue control is established, it's gonna be tough. But Tsukushima gets shut down from the sidelines. And poor old Deathwish does not have anywhere to go. Salvation not working out in his favor, and the Dokupi is going to be the one to take him back into the grave. A very good round coming out from the attackers, and now Molo Corps. What's the game plan here? They need to be a little bit more proactive on those drones and take those early fights, or just completely give it up once they get sorted out and found out. Because Solus and the Legion dying all at the same place, that should not have happened, even once, without at least a trade occurring in the process. A 5v3 where the site has still not been broken into is unheard of in Siege.
Absolutely. They gave a lot of frags and they couldn't bring any much retaliation. That's gonna hurt. But still, I hope they understand their problems and mistakes and they're gonna be able to adapt on the fly. I do expect the Legion to be inside the objective because more time as the time passes, Legion and Wamai, and I think it's also Deimos, a couple of characters in the game who just get stronger because their utilities do not quite generate instantaneously. They generate over time. And if you don't keep yourself alive as a Legion or a Wamai, trust me, you're not getting the full value out of it. So, not quite sure what was the game plan from their side. I do understand maybe he was feeling confident because the Legion does have the shotgun and an incredibly good SMG. But even after that, these plays are really not going to be benefiting you whatsoever. Sholomo is on the hunt for the drones and he's going to find some values here, finding, I think, 2 drones in the process. Oh, almost a third. He wants it. I know he wants it. Did he find it? Yeah, he did. So, that being said, the attackers, they know the side of Molo Corps are on the kind of forced on the wall at the moment because it is match point for them, but one more round to go and they're going to be able to push them to overtime on the very first map. And from the looks of it, we may see Skyscraper, the third map of the game. However, able to get things in his favor this time around. Exact same operating on his opposition, or should I say the IQ in defense is gonna get the IQ on attack. Both the characters who scans gadgets of the opposition. Atsuma's not gonna be happy with that. Kyo is going for some entries, but not quite feeling the confidence when it comes to going for the breaches of the hatches quite yet. And she needs to keep himself alive no matter what the circumstances are, because he's the only hard breacher. But the problem is Molo is on the rumble as he keeps finding players one by one. Probably looking for one more as there's one player in the vicinity of construction. The shots are gonna be connecting, but still he needs to go down! And Molo on a 3k! He's looking for a rampage, he's hungry, and he is gonna look for every single one of them.
Yeah, the man just has no remorse. Just look at those eyes, the hungry eyes waiting for more to happen. And this could just be it. Molo Corpse one step closer towards victory, and he's gonna take his team past that finish line if he needs to. Trying to get maybe a little bit more value, but this is going to be so difficult, especially on the Habana. You do not have the bullets to try and go for multiple fights here.
Yes.
He needs to isolate as many different angles as he possibly can, but blue control, if he takes this drop, this is extremely dangerous.
No, he doesn't know.
The Legion in full corner, and I don't think he has info that the Legion's holding blue. Does he? No, he doesn't.
Oh, the Solus!
He's screwed. He's screwed.
The a lot of problems, but still, hopefully for Kyo, he's gonna get to live to tell the tale a little bit more time, unless Molo knows exactly where he does. After all, he did open up the lines of sight, but if he goes for the drop, that's gonna make a lot of sound. May give away the information to Kyo as well, but is Kyo ready for this? I don't think so. You'll see a Legion mine, and he just knows the Legion might be in the vicinity. Goes for the flashes, but still, the reload needs to be taken out, and that is gonna be where they're gonna be taking a lot more time. But still, Fatar, however, will be able to put a stop on the rampage of Molo. But the problem is, it's a 4v2 situation. Problems keep arising. They have decent guns and decent HP to work with. But still, Fatar solo and pushing all by himself. I don't quite get it, but still, it's all up to Kyo now with a couple of bullets left on his arsenal, but still, none of them kills are gonna be connecting. It's gonna be Tsukishima. He's like, you know what? I'm not gonna give you any kills whatsoever. I'm gonna take the kill for myself, and I'm gonna take you as well. 5-7 as a side of Molo Corps to take map number 1.
Yeah, this was just a little bit of a sad story. I knew this was gonna happen. As soon as you have Hibana and a Gridlock alive, who's gonna be the one to take the entry? Is the Gridlock gonna take the entry? Being a 1-speed, no. Is the Hibana gonna be able to get multi-frags by jumping in towards the side? Of course not. He only has 21 bullets. And you can see the problem that there was no situation where the refrags could have happened properly. It was a big disconnect coming in from both of the players and the entire team in general. Those roam clears did not work out in their favor whatsoever. And Molo Corps just ran through them in seconds. The adaptations were perfect coming in from the defense, and they deserve this victory. The clubhouse, the map of Clubhouse should be theirs, but I kind of forgot what was the second map. But you can tell me, yeah, Cafe will be a little bit more. How do I put it? It'll be a lot more of a closer fight because Cafe requires you to have strategies in mind. Plus, with the amount of different ways that you can play vertical, if the members of Vechu Beta are able to get those roam clears down, and if they're able to talk to each other and just get their communications in check, they should have an easier time on that particular map. But considering what we have witnessed, especially from the roamers of Molo Corps, it's going to be very difficult indeed for both sides.
Absolutely. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that's map number 1 off the board. We're gonna be having Cafe Dostoevsky right on the corner. But before we get into that, this tournament is brought to you by Saw, and you can check out the description. You can check out the description to know more about us, and you can also order our merchandise. And at the same time, if you wanna have 68k RCS credits so that you can have your own glaciers and other skins, feel free to contact our sponsor at Techsessories Bangladesh, and they're gonna give you the absolute best of the best deals when it comes to RCS credits. But that being said, we're gonna allow the players a little bit of time as we come back with a map of Cafe Dostoevsky. Stay tuned, the actions have started. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be back with the second map of the day between the side of Vechu Corps and Molo Betas. Did I literally say Vechu Corps and Molo Beta? Allah, bye. Molo Corps and Vechu Beta. Roja dorse. Anyways, so this time around I'll be soloing again as Aggressive has some emergencies, so I'll have to guide you through the process. And the second map is gonna be Cafe Dostoevsky. If you missed the first map, trust me, you have missed a lot of things in your life. And you can already see on the overlay that the side of Molo Corp have already taken map number 1 on the side of Clubhouse. That was their pick. And now the map of Cafe Dostoevsky, which is a pick with the side of Vechu Beta. I do wanna see what they have on their hats. They have lost one map. This is not the end of the world for them quite yet. No, not quite yet. That being said, this is where they can turn the tables around to push them to the third map, and there's a high possibility to see a map on the game of Skyscraper. That's just my thought. That's just my initial thought. It also depends if the players will actually deliver. Wait, I'm gonna just fix my overlay, and there you go. So, with that an equation, Cafe, what can be expected? I do see an Azami ban, and I exactly know why, because I did mention on the first map, on the map of Cafe, a lot of teams can and are gonna be unique. Azami is gonna be a key factor when it comes to holding onto the piano side, and that's just one objective. Holding onto the kitchen side is also gonna extend towards the side of bakery, and so applies for the side of the top floor control when it comes to the defense of any of the second floor objectives. It comes down to a lot of factors, and I really want to see what is happening in the minds of Molo Corps. Once again, they will be attacking on every single map throughout the entirety of this play or series. But Vechu Beta, they have swapped up one players. I think it's gonna be Sun who will be, it is Sun who will be swapped, even though he did perform amazing the last time around. Instead, it's gonna be Phoenix. Je Bushundara Khatai Khelle, by the way. So I'm gonna be looking forward to just that as we go on the top floor of defense, on the attacking side, defensive side. Nothing way more surprising here. I do see an Oryx, which is gonna be an indication they're gonna be opening up the long bars and everything. So nothing really out of the ordinary. And Tubara will also gonna be seen, which is gonna be used to deny the breach on the red side. I do expect a play from the side of Pixel, even though there's no shields available, but it's completely fine. But what does interest me here, ladies and gentlemen, is the setup from the side of Molo Corps. They have a full-on rush setup. You have the Fuse, you have the Osa, you have the Ying, you have the Amaru, you have the Ash. Every single agent or operator is here to take frags. I do see Phoenix going for an aggressive take, going for the run-outs, but nothing's gonna happen as of now. Molo using the G8 with no grace, but still he doesn't need one, does he? The Oryx is gonna vanish into thin air as Molo is gonna say, goodbye, sleep tight, don't run out in front of me, my gun is one of the best guns in the game. And he's gonna capitalize on just that. Even though I did see him taking some damage, so did, well, never mind, Sun is in the game. Who am I kidding? I think, oh yeah, it's actually Kyo who's replaced. My bad, apologies for that. So, guess that replacement's gonna be, didn't quite see Kuro over there, but oh, the coconut bra fuse coming in, and there you go, Tsukushima. It's gonna be fusing inside of the skylight to get rid of any utilities in the vicinity, and that's gonna connect every single thing. And look at that. There were no utilities nearby, but if there were, it's gone. We have it. Molo going for a pretty aggressive take. Not quite sure what was the plan here, and he will be punished in the hands of Haseb. Both extremely high RPM guns, the G8 and the Vector, the V8, G8. Will line supreme here. That's a brilliant shot onto Deathwish. Trying to put the verticals. And now, the tables have turned as the side of Vechu Beta is starting to crumble upon the side of Molo Corps. Such an amazing fight, no complaints whatsoever. Just so you know, ladies and gentlemen, the matchup between the side of Vechu Alpha and Extempor has already gone down. And from the looks of it, Boomer Syndicate and Vechu Alpha will be facing off offline. And one of those teams will be seen on the lower bracket finals against one of these teams who happens to lose tonight. So the tournament is starting to crumble down. It's starting to come to an end, as this is technically the third last day of this tournament. Kurosaki finding one into Amaterasu. The runner is gonna be there, and it's gonna be expected at Simad. He's simply gonna be way too hungry to go for it, and he wants the kill. He's not gonna be stopped anytime soon. There you have it. Tsubara with the DMR. We'll find that 1-0. And from the looks of it, cafe might as well be in the favor of the side of Vechu. Beta, by the way. There's another Vechu Alpha, so there's a lot of things. And I know for a fact, it's pretty much guaranteed that down the line, Vechu Alpha or Vechu Beta will meet. Unless and only unless Boomer Syndicate happens to beat Vechu Alpha tonight. That's gonna be sad. Because from what I have thought, Vechu Alpha and Vechu Alpha, whenever Vechu Alpha and Vechu Beta goes in, I'm gonna go Noakil Laborishalla mode, but still. That's gonna be something which will have to wait. As the defenders, however, it's for kitchen take as they have won the first one. Nothing surprising there. A really interesting setup from their side. I mean, ordinary, I would say, but at the same time, Atsimat going for this Warden. Okay, actually it makes sense, never mind. They're expecting a Ying to be pushed out of here, the flashes as well, but he will be hanging down over here. But his MP5, even though I kind of love to say it, thank God that MP5 1.5 is gone, because a lot of people use it as a crutch, and I hated that. You may complain about it, you can find me in the comments, but still, I know at least one person in my team who used only Warden and Warden because he was not able to use anything else, but it's fine. He's sad now. He only plays Ashe now, and sometimes Jaeger. Anyway, we can't quite see the line, but now just so you know, the lines can be spotted if you hold your projectiles in your hand. So Hasib is waiting for the perfect time on the C4. ADS will plays down for the side of Atsimar if he needs any form of support, but the attackers, they're taking the time to scout out the location. They're trying to understand if there is anybody to be seen on the top floor, but there's none. It's a pretty excellent play from the attackers, defenders, onto the first floor itself. Still, Hasib expecting somebody to jump in from the train side, and he might be able to get rid of Tsukishima if he is not aware of it. A lot of ifs and buts are gonna be there. Drones will be deployed. I do see a presence of a ram as well. So vertical pressure is the name of the game. Thatcher is also present. Wait, was not banned. I'm not seeing a blitz once again from the side of Tsukishima, but I guess that's something he will be using when it comes to having fun. So I'm not quite sure why he was going for the magnet, and similarly, not quite sure why did he go for that peak. My guy, you know there's an Ashe outside. That's exactly why you put that magnet outside. It's okay, it didn't connect. You need to push another one. But hopefully for Hasib, as I was saying, he will be able to find Tsukishima as he was looking down that angle. Pretty sure that was the case. As finally the main door will be opened up as the clock starts to tick down. Attackers trying to find a proper opening, but nothing as of quite yet. Scouting out the location, Molo will find one, but still the drone's gonna be sacrificed instead. The shield's still up. It has been pinged, but still Hasib is putting a lot of pressure. C4 will be deployed, it will not be exploded. Still, the for extension will be there, will take one bit of damage from the one bullet, but still, not the end of the world. Trying to be a little bit more confident on this, but still Amaterasu walking in to find one onto the Warden, but there's two players. So pushing this vicinity is not going to be child's play, and definitely not the case, as both of the players I switched to will bite the dust in the nick of time. It's all to Poseidon, the man, the myth, the legend. Shudip Toda can make it happen, and it actually is the case. One of the oldest characters in the game against the most experienced as well. Poseidon versus the Cade or Hasib. Can he find peace? I don't think so. Yes, he will. Never mind. Poseidon. Didn't expect him to be there as the pix, not exactly a pixel angle, but a better angle in favor of the Thatcher. Not gonna happen. 2-0, but still Poseidon, really nice try with the Thatcher. But once again, I do wonder. Wait, did it ask for a pause? I really got confused with TP because I thought it's a teleportation, but literally, regardless of which, as I was saying, really awkward decisions being made from the side of Molo course. I really hope they can recover from it after this pause time, even though the pause time has been called out from the side of Vechu Beta. So that being said, we're going to allow the players a little bit of time as we take a short little break. And as you're at it, do check out our sponsors from Saw and Techsessories, and we'll be right back after a short while as the players get ready. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be back in the action as it was a pretty small pause timer, as you can see. The players are looking pumped up. I guess it was a tactical timeout from their side. They were just trying to, discuss that what they're going to do, how they're going to put up the strategies of the map.
Mr. Bhai,
Huh, what?
to podcast.
I'm on stream, no can do. Pore. Now, well, it was an admin. He thought the pause timer is still up, but the problem is it's not quite up yet. The game has started already, so we'll have to go on the way. So it's gonna have its pros and cons, but at the same time, there will be. No, the game is resuming. The pause ended. So, with the circumstances, Vechu beta starting to find a lot of their own advantages, and probably they will be able to find more. Tsukishima will to go for a fuse of his own so that he can actually try to find at least something. And it's gonna take a little bit of time, anybody's guess. As this is gonna be a library defense, they're trying to extend this as much as they can. Once again, the reason the Azami was banned, the castle is gonna replace that.
Cluster charge deployed.
Poseidon, being patient but will not find anything whatsoever. Problems keep arising. Not exactly problems, but the aggression starts to gather themselves up as the attackers are actually starting to look for where and what.
Jammer activated.
Kishima is gonna be able to open things up by getting rid of Papa Phoenix. Not quite sure what happened because I got distracted for a second, but things keep happening. There's two more players above on the pipes and the plank side, but everybody's expecting the places to be cleared out. They will be though. It's just a matter of time. Talk to heaven as well. Poseidon will find him though. It's all up to the mute who was available, but we'll fall back. We do see a Fender as well. So as time goes by, start to gather up as Atsuma starts to collect all the FNATs. Blind the players if they try to push in. All the angles will be blocked off as fast as they can. Vertical pressure will be there, but Fatar is gonna read him like an open book. Poseidon is down. Tsukishima. There's a lot of ifs and buts once again, but the time is also ticking down. The attackers are starting to find the pressure. They don't have anything whatsoever. They have the manpower, but hey, how much of a manpower is gonna be useful if you don't have the plant, if you don't have the diffuser? You have the diffuser, but you don't have the site yet. Mishima will have no choice but to stick the diffuser, but he's gonna fall in the hands of his son. And I don't see this happening whatsoever, as they've taken way too much time. a very odd position to be in, you know, if you're a player of Molo Corps. Because their push was really steady, really calm. But it's way too calm in my opinion. They respected our opposition strategies way too much, as their defenders simply burned the time and that's it. Oh, I get it. I get it. Just should have said it, no? You just should have said it. There was a black shape on the team name, which was supposed to be the fact that they won one map, but yeah, it was just a mark. My bad. I'll fix it, but as of now, I'll just keep it as is. 3-0. Molo Corps starting to lose ground very fast. Looks like on the side of Vechu Alpha. Picked this map for a reason. It was not for it. It was not something that, yeah, it's a good map. We can play. No, they're here to win. And they're showing off that they're really great on this map's defense. Hopefully, this is gonna remain true even on their attacking rounds. As pluses and pluses and minuses will start to gather themselves up. Also depends how the attackers actually adapt, because it has been a long time. They understand how their setup's gonna be, and they should realize by now that the rush strategies they had, it's not gonna work. They didn't even have it on the first map. They played with sheer fragging capability, and that did benefit them, but this time their composition, it's really not commendable whatsoever. Inside Molo is the Veterans to get rid of all the utilities they can get his hands on. Every single player is on drones, that's what I hate, but they're trying to find useless core of the attackers actually on drones. It's the pain. So much they can do. They're trying to find information because they're not getting these 1v1s whatsoever. And whenever they do, they just end up on the bottom end of it. As Fnaps, a lot more pressure. He's trying to I do see two players on the white side, but that's it. Time is checking, no frags whatsoever. This is looking very forward and very favorable for the attacking side. More so as Molo has gone down thanks to Papa Phoenix. Nothing which is complimentary as of now. Poseidon taking a lot of damage in the process, but not getting the kill. Instead, he will be hunted by a Sun. There was... I really thought he was... Oh yeah, I guess it was at Simad because he did get the camera up, so he wasn't injured. Last shot was connected from the side of the Womai, but this is not looking good whatsoever. Poseidon will be good for one. Super low on HP. Do wonder what is up from the side of Deathwish. Oh, never mind. He does know there's a player near the vicinity, but will not find anything as Hasib is gonna deagle him out of existence. An eco round if it was a Valorant game or a CS game. Not the case here whatsoever. It's all up to Poseidon. Once again. Finds the second, finds the third! And probabilities of a clutch is looking really possible. And he might be able to clutch! He has seen the Wamai. He's panicking and he's keeping himself calm. The Wamai knows exactly what the catcher is. And he finds the clutch and an ace! Poseidon! Shudip Toda, the man, the myth, the legend finds the ace and the clutch! This guy is gonna show off. Hey, I played for CSBD, I played for Deimos Force, and I'll play you as well! Shudip Toda, bhai! Poseidon, rising from the sea god he is. He will not stop. He is a menace and he is gonna take every single shot, every single gunfight you thought at him. Not to mention, Vechu Bera, they did give him 1v1s, I'll give you that. There was no reason for the Valkyrie to sprint towards him. But holy moly ravioli. This is something Molo Corps or Poseidon will be proud of and should be proud of the ace and the clutch from this Thatcher. He doesn't need fucking laser sights, even though that's a very old joke, but still, that play, just saying, I didn't record it. But holy shit, that was something. Vechu better? They have amazing players, I'll give you that. Really amazing players. But now they know that the side of Molo corpse, they're not washed yet. They dominated this region back in 2018, 2017 and 2016 as well, perhaps. Even back in 16, I'm pretty sure most of the players were on PS, PlayStation, but I'm not sure. Let's not be there. Let's not go there. But they can put up a show, and you're not even gonna be ready for it. Excited? Trying to find the spray, nothing as of now. And not to mention, it's really understandable that the players are returning to the game because of ACOG meta coming back. Love it. No 1.5, no nasty loser scope. Especially looking at the Warden players. But oh, never mind. Asmar is playing Warden. Who am I kidding? But still, is they're not banned anymore. It's much more prominent. But it also comes down to how much of a play that hackers will be able to make. They're starting to take the gunfights pretty early on, expecting head level angles, but not gonna happen quite yet. Shalom could have held that angle, but not gonna do any of those. However, Deathwish will find in the opening onto Hasib, but he will get a reply from the below as he's like, "Hey, you have a shotgun, so do I. My name is Mute." And looks like it's gonna be a very small amount of momentum, which has been earned from the side of Molo Corps. It's starting to fall off one by one, 2-4. And look at that Glacier, which exact the same skin I have, just saying. And I got it from Techsessories, and I'm pretty sure Tsukishima is no exception, so do check out our sponsors. Do check out our jerseys as well, and merchandise and Sawa, but still, as of now, it's starting to crumble upon, they're starting to find at least something. It needs to find one kill to find at least some flexibility when it comes to taking the objective. The problem is they can't quite open the walls anymore. Tsukishima can. He has all the aces. Can use 2 of them and literally ignore the existence of the Electro Claw. But Papa Phoenix is expecting this. Is it gonna happen? Probably not exactly, and it actually will. Certainly. As the Vector recoil was a lot, but still, he did get the kill, and both of them, in fact. I guess that's anime skin is really what actually gave him the buff. And hey, you won those skins because these are Pro League skins, by the way. If you want them, you know where to contact our sponsors at Techsessories.com. The links are in the description. So 1-4 still can be a 4-2 if I wanna be optimistic, but that optimism needs to be delivered as well. Vechu is looking on a roll, and from their current standpoint, it really looks like the third map is kind of inevitable. I did have a text from the side of the players of Vechu Alpha that they're going to be playing the match between the side of Boomer City as fast as they can, but I'm pretty sure the reason they're going to be taking a little bit of time is because they want to watch this match. And rightfully so. This match is happening in such a banger of a fashion that you just can't ignore it. Every single soul were present. I did see there was a huge amount of viewers on YouTube, considering the fact that it's not on Facebook. And on R6, a game which hasn't seen a lot of tournaments recently, at least not in Bangladesh. It is surprising. At being there, see how weird the attackers fight themselves out of the hats now. They can, they should, and they'll have to on this round to make it a 4-2. 5-1 is a really awkward, or should I say, unfavorable split for the one who are on the bottom end. You can still make a comeback though, I'll give you that. But you really want to give that momentum to your opposition? I wouldn't say so. Deathwish was trying to make a crouch hold, but will not find success as he will take control from the red stairs, trying to find an opening as the rest of the players start stair take from the top side. The walls are opened up, which is a confirmation there might have been a presence nearby. There is a couple of FNATs as well. So the Jackal's not gonna go white stairs no matter what the circumstances are. The fear-inducing gases from the FNAF will be giving him a lot of problems, as the visions will be blocked as well. Do know this is the second floor defense, so this is a pretty widespread take from the attacking side, from the defensive side. And I'm not quite sure if Hasil has been drawn out yet, because if he has not been, he's gonna have a matchup of a lifetime. At C will position himself onto the cocktail side. A very awkward time as he leaves the angle the moment the attacker starts to push in. That's how R6 timing works, by the way, just saying. And now the FNATs are starting to do its job as well. And so is Solo. Molo will see the mule, but not quite the head. So Papa Phoenix and Fatar taking a lot of damage, but still lives to tell the tale. Needs to go for the kills as well. Hasib will find one to Amaterasu. And the second one as well, as he was not drawn down. The Capcan is gonna say hi, and he's gonna say hi in a very loud manner, taking 2 players off the board. In order to find peace, he found violence. But then again, he did find peace because he did not get droned out either. As he's gonna find more peace. He's finding kills one by one. He's looking for more. He knows there's a player near the vicinity. Goes for the jiggle peek, and he's gonna find another one. A quad kill. Looking for the ace. There's no questions. He knows that Poseidon found his. He wants his own as well, and he will. This guy, he will make sure that his team finds a flawless round and an ace as well. Both of these teams are like, hey, I know you can clutch and you can ace. What if I do the same? Hasib, One and Poseidon. Their rivalry is far from over. 5-1's the split, as Vechu has a significant lead going into the attacking half. This is where the side of Molo Corp starts to feel the pressure. And I really hope they're ready for this, because this is where they'll have to be a bit more careful, because considering Vechu is this strong on their own map, I really wonder what they're gonna have on their attacking side. I do see a Blackbeard being brought. Awkward decision, because Blackbeard's shield does take 1 damage. 1 bullet? I'm not quite sure, because it has 25 HP or 30 HP from what I remember. So if it's a high caliber gun, that shield is not going to be beneficial whatsoever. Even though we know for a fact that a Blackbeard rework is around the way, where he probably is going to be tossing a rope, as we've seen from some leaks. If you don't like spoilers, I'm really sorry, but I'm going to spoil it anyways. But if you're confident with the Scar or the DMR, go ahead. It's completely fine. Not the end of the world.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds left before insertion. Attacker's objective is to defend
Now,
the bomb.
the setup being done, moving into the attacking phase, or action phase, so my bad. Starting to find each other's weaknesses. The attackers know they have all the momentum they can ask for. As the only round Molo has won is just only because of Poseidon. So technically it's Poseidon 1, Vechu 5. That was a risky decision from Phoenix, but he plays pretty fast, I'm not gonna lie. It's hard to keep up with his mouse tracking, but Kurosaki finds an opening on the shoulder. Molo looking for more probably, and might be able to get the heads of one of the players inside of the toilet as well, but they're really having a hard time, if not the hardest. Not quite sure if it was intentional. I'm really not sure if it's intentional. As Poseidon finds his 9th kill onto his own teammate. We did see a lot of team kills from the side of Molo Corps today, even on the first map. I just trying to get rid of the Mira window, nothing like happening at least now. Did look at it now, but yeah, I didn't. Well, kind of sad that he couldn't, but it's fine. This is still trying to find a bare minimum of an opening. Keeps a lot more pressure on their side, doesn't it? Pulling the triggers, pew pew pew, but nothing. Nothing at all. C4s will be dispatched. But this is where problems keep arising for the defenders, as they're just dropping off like flies, and it's not looking good for their side as the attackers just know where they're gonna be, even with the Blackbeard. I mean, with the Blackbeard, they're actually popping off heads. Probably they're gonna find one more with the DMR, but it's not the case quite yet. Switch will find Fatar, but that's just one kill that diffuses down. The refrag's gonna be there, and I really don't see this happening in their favor. They will be good for one more, but there you have it. It's gonna be match point for the side of Molo Vechu Beta, as they push their limits and almost push their position to the third map. One more round to go, as all the leads aside of Molo Corp's head is gonna be negligible. They're gonna be on solid grounds once again, and they will struggle as much as the opposition did on the first map. In fact, Vechu Beta can celebrate a little bit more over here because their own map was way better than their opposition's one. At least the score speaks for itself. So as it does, let's hope it keeps its pace. For the side of the defenders, though, I really hope they find their pace. They're making a lot of panic mistakes. It's not gonna be helping them whatsoever. The team kills, the mismanagements. But once again, it's not the end of the world. You can find your opening. You can find a position where you want to play on. Probably you're gonna be on the best end of it. But patience is gonna be the virtue here. There's nothing else to say. A near identical setup for the side of the defenders, except for a Fen rear being brought out. Drones don't be spotted. Or Suns don't be spotted. That's one drone off the board, two drones off the board. Still, 3 drones active, 2 drones inside, 5 drones inside the pocket. 8 drones are way more than enough. Unless they start to sector console as well. They're expecting somebody to go for the run out, so that's what they're going to be putting the track stringers outside. And the rest of the players try their level best. Looking forward for the exact angle for the C4 if he needs to on the window. Nothing as of now with the attackers. I do see some prisoners skylight. No kills whatsoever. Twitch drone will be deployed to destroy the Mira window. So a Twitch drone for a C4. I'm not quite sure if it's a really good investment. Probably is, but I do realize that they're trying to keep the Mira window up and running as long as they can. Phoenix trying to find that kill, trying to find the F-Nat as well, but it will take a really good amount of damage. Take more damage. Shield was the target, but there are more Wamai magnets to be dealt with, as the Wamai just keeps placing them back and back. The shots will be there, but none of the players. That is a Wamai. This is Bing chilling here. Air jabs there, burning some more utils, but oh no. Would have loved to see that. Molo, he's like, oh, I will halai dise, but I'm back. He doesn't care, does he? For the kill onto the edge, a really risky position to be in. He doesn't need to peek this, but at the same time, he doesn't have any option because he has been cut off from 4 different angles: the hallway window, the slide window, the piano window, and so on. This guy is really having a hard time here, but still, Tsukishima is gonna be good for one, as Molo is gonna be hunted down. He can just hide inside the corner. My guy just hug the shield and lift it till the tail. Burn some time. 55 seconds left on the clock as the edge is in the vicinity. He's gonna find the down, but not the kill quite yet. It's a 4v3 situation. Still, Poseidon is trying to deny the resurrection. Fatar is gonna find one onto Amaterasu, making it a 3-3. But Poseidon being so patient here. This is looking brilliant. If anybody is gonna be oblivious enough to make the cross, he will be punished. It's Poseidon! Just knew exactly what's coming at him. Maybe looking for more as he sees another head, but still not connecting quite the shots he was looking for. But still, it's technically a 2v3 situation. 2v4? 2v3 actually, yes, never mind. As they're just waiting for the ash to be bled out. Poseidon not allowing the cross whatsoever. If the Blackbeard tries, he's gonna be met with bullets. And no, never mind, it's gonna be the other way around instead. It's all up to Fatar and Kurosaki, but still, they don't have the time. They have the diffuser, but still, I don't see the Ash surviving. That's definitely the case, but still, Tsukishima is gonna be able to find a lot of shots on the gridlock. He's 3 armor, but still, that's gonna go down. It's all up to the Blackbeard, but even then, so much he can do, man. He was holding on, or so, as long as he can, but I must give credit to the side of Vechu Beta. Sorry, Molo Corpse. as they keep themselves alive in the opposition's match point. It's gonna be difficult to win 4 rounds in consecutive order, but not impossible. It needed 5 rounds, they got 1. They need 4 more to push it to overtime, to overwhelm their opposition. And if they can, there's an extreme high chance they will take this map as well. Because from the looks of it, they're not even flinching.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers. Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
It's a basement defense, sorry, first floor defense. I really don't see something really out of the heads here. Just standard setup, even including a castle here. I don't, wait, never mind. I don't see a mute here. A mute would have been a commendable pick, but not the end of the world. Is fine. We're having a frost to find as many skills with the traps as she can. At the same time, the fact is that it can revive you something, even though it's not really worth it. But that is something. Fight back at least against a frost who does, you know, injure you on one shot. Attackers start to pop things off in a pretty aggressive fashion as they're trying to find all the kills they can get their hands on. Finding the one opening frag onto Death Wish. Poseidon doesn't even, or does he know that there has been a cross from the Monty? He's gonna find the opening, but well, due to the shield bash instead of a sib, he's gonna find that as well. Probably gone for a Monty ban after all on both of these maps, but not a problem. Still a 3-3 situation. Very winnable. The problem is the Monty is still alive, and where a Monty is alive, you have problems. Two players are actually going for a blitz ban either, but it's gonna be fine as they're burning the time. Be so patient. We opened up thanks to Etsy. Going for their own takes. Taking their sweet time. Not giving any form of breathing zone to the opposition. Still droning in to see exactly where the players might be. Those are gonna be spoiled as the Valkyrie will take the gunfight against the Nomad. Very confident, but still he needs to find a hit against the Nomad on this. A really risky position to be in, and if he goes to the peak, this is gonna be much more fatal. Not gonna peak, I would say. Bhai, peak diyen na, khodar kasam lage. It's gonna be going down. Opens up the wall. There you have it. Amaterasu finding more. The plan's still going on. Kuroshaki is pretty far away. But the Monty will have all the cover, and this looks like W7M's match all over again. Where it was nothing but the Monty. But the problem this time is Amaterasu will have another player to deal with. All the callouts are going to be coming in. I don't really see this happening in his favor as he's just walking off his angle. Starting to see the track stringers as well. And there you go. He's going to see the Nomad, but there's so much he can do. Isolated in a sandwich. Just like that, ladies and gentlemen. The second map is going to go in favor of the side of Vechu Beta. These teams do not know how to lose, do they? Third map, it is. It was expected and it will deliver. It is going to be Skyscraper as the decider. As we move on, the third map of the day is going to be Vechu Beta taking the second. But as of now, a really amazing performance for both of these teams. But I really got to admit that Vechu Beta really became a different monster on this map in particular. I hope their monstrosity stays the same and the monstrosity of the side of Molo Corpse comes back on the third map. That being said, we'll be giving the players a little bit of time to prepare themselves because it is going to be a long night. Even though the matchup between the side of Boomer Syndicate and Boomer Alpha might be being conducted as we speak. I'm not quite sure if it is. We'll be checking that out as well. But as we speak, do check out our sponsors from Saw and Techsessories so that you can get our styles and our credits. Till then, take care and we'll be right back after a short while. And ladies and gentlemen, we're back in action with a bit more of a spice because these players are not done yet. In no way in hell they are. And I vouch for that. Please welcome the teams, Molo Corps and Vechu on the third map, The Last Stand. Both of these teams have a last shot to make it to the grand final, while the other team will be falling into the losers bracket final, where they'll have one more chance to bring themselves back on the grand final for their own retribution. This is gonna be guaranteed that these teams will obviously be staying on the podium. There's no questions about it. That being said, which team is gonna have the upper hand? It's not gonna be anybody's guess, and I'm not gonna be a devil's advocate whatsoever. I'll keep myself safe because it's hard for me to predict it, and I know people will oppose that, and I want you to oppose it. Let us know in the comment sections below which team you support and which team should win and why, and we will consider, or should I say we will see if those predictions are gonna be accurate. So Molo Course and Vechu having the first map in favor of the side of Molo Course with a 7-4. The second map was 7-2 in favor of Vechu. Odds might be stacked a little bit towards the side of Vechu here, but if it really is applicable, $1 billion question. Trust me, it is. And now with the band phase off the board, we're going to be getting into the action phase, where we're going to be starting with Karaoke and Tea Room. Nothing surprising there whatsoever, as Molo Corps has opted to ban Monty. I do see where they're coming from, as they do not want Hasib to play that. But what I really want to see personally, and I know a lot of people want to see personally, is a blitz from the side of Senpai. Or Sugishima Goat, if you do not know. But that'll have to wait. Not quite sure why did he put the Muse Jammer here, because he simply could have put it over here on this black cabinet. It does keep it safe, and at the same time, it blocks off the angle, but it's okay. It's okay. I did see an XD in the chat from the side of Kyo. I'm not quite sure why. Maybe he destroyed a drone in a very funny fashion. We'll never know. We'll never know. Or maybe we will know. Kyo will replace... Actually, yeah, this time he will replace Sun. So a couple of roster swaps here and there. But for the side of Molo, they're gonna stick together. It should favor them a little bit because they have a solid 5 stack, while the side of Vechu they're actually swapping up quite a lot. But it's fine. This also allows the players to have a little bit of break, to calm themselves down and go for the actions. As the attackers are opting to start their push onto the Geisha side perhaps? Yeah, it is gonna be a Geisha push, but even then, I do expect somebody to be on Dragon side, which is gonna be there. Molo will drop from this general point of view, and probably will be going for a restaurant push. That is really not impossible, but also comes down to the fact that if they actually will find their best of positions. Poseidon expecting somebody to peek from their lines of sight, but nothing there. I do see a Capcan present as well, so a lot of Capcans has been seen. A lot of trap operators actually has been seen for the entirety of the series. The attackers are still burning their time. Have you seen there's a lot of Pro League skins over there, like the team-based skins, ladies and gentlemen? It's because the players bought our secret from our sponsors, by the way. Or maybe they actually bought it way before Techsessories was a thing, but still, if you want the best rates now in present day, you have no choice but Techsessories, and you should consider it, because there is none. As I mentioned, Papa's Phoenix will find one with super low on HP, but he was gonna find a double. Patar finding one more. One for himself. What am I kidding? Poseidon will be finding Atsimad as he was going way too greedy for the run out. But both of these characters will have to find an impossible to make it happen. It's also Amaterasu with the Capitao. With the Para, it's really difficult. The Para is not the best of the guns available, but it does hit like a truck, but he needs to hit the shots first, which is not gonna happen here. 1-0 as the side of Vechu Beta, starts to walk towards their match point and grand final position. are not moving that much, which is an indication how they're gonna, which may be an indication that they're having a discount tactical timeout. If it is, it's a really good choice, I would say, because they really need to get themselves back together, because now it really feels like their push is really scattered. Even though they are pushing together, they're actually giving more kills than they're supposed to take. It's gonna be complicated from their side, and I really don't want those complications to happen. And from the looks of it, the defenders, they're trying their hard and best to deny any form of reach. As I can see, 4 dedicated operators to deny the breach. There's Kate, there's Bandit, there's Mute, there's Tubarao. Had it been the case that Fenrir had impacts, I'm pretty sure he would have impacted us well. So a huge denial composition from their side. Depends how much of a value they're gonna be able to find this. Attackers are starting to drone themselves out as they will see the Fenrir in the distance, but not quite in the vicinity to get a kill. So what's the point of getting these things? Your drone economy matters more than anything else, because that piece of drone gives you information while someone can simply follow it. Or a drone bait is also something which happens to a lot of people. Once again, on the very first day of the game, of the stream, I did mention that a lot of players from other games do consider the drone in R6 to be a broken thing. A very broken thing. But the game has its complications, as the defenders also get the cameras. It balances that out, but in a lot of views, yeah, drones do seem overpowered. Will be dispatched, will take some time, but Molo will take the kill instead onto Hasib. That's your Kate off the board. He's gonna be looking for a double, and he will. Athar off the board, and that's gonna be a really solid take from their side as he's looking for the FNAT. Quite finding it, looking for footsteps, and he will find Tubarao. Knows he's pretty close in the vicinity! And with that, he's gonna find his triple. Looking for his 4x, the quad, but needs to get rid of this particular FNAT as fast as he can. You will see it finally, and now he's looking for the shot, and he's gonna see FNAT man, but FNAT man is gonna be much more superior than him. Looking for more. As he's trying to go for this sprays, nothing happens whatsoever. But still, finally, we'll be seeing Deathwish using the defender's lines of sight against him. It's up to Kyo. But so much he can do. Kyo doesn't survive. This is Poseidon will simply walk in and find the bandit, knowing the position. This is gonna go down. 1-1's the scorecard, and looks like the side of Molo Corpse. They're not gonna give any more readings with the side of Vechu whatsoever. A brilliant take from their side. As they know, this is going to be an identical setup or identical objective. They will switch things a little bit as they're going for a different composition from the attacking side. As the defenders will stick to their current plan, except for the absence of a Tubarao and the presence of a Legion. And which also will be softened by the Cage for the Frost. So they know they have been putting a lot of pressure onto the anti-breach. And the attackers were like, oh, you're gonna play anti-breaches. What if I don't even go for the breach? What about that? And that's exactly what they did. They pushed onto the dragon side and they found themselves on the top. The question is if they will do the same again. But this time around, they do have a thermite, which is gonna be much more beneficial. The only denial, which might be, never mind, there is a ban and the mute. But they also have a Thatcher. So, bandit tricking, I'm not quite sure if it's gonna be available. Or maybe they're just gonna let the attackers open it up and they're gonna play from the desks. That's also an angle. Papa Phoenix looking for a head to a spawn peak, but nothing as of now. Put up the barbers if anybody's trying to follow him. Nothing quite yet. But I'm looking forward to the attackers now. As they have a defensive composition, it's gonna be the legends. It's gonna be Thatcher Thermite. After a very long time, actually. A very old meta from the oldest players in the composition. Maybe, I hope. I might be wrong. As Senpai and Poseidon has been playing together for a very long time, but yep. Maybe that's the plan that, okay, Thatcher Thermite time. We're gonna do that. Mid jammers will be there, which is gonna give them a hard time to get rid of these angles, but still. Poseidon will be allowed to take the drone inside, confirming there's nobody inside of the terrace area, the garden area. There was the line of sight dragon, which has been closed off because they're not feeling that confident after all. Fatar will find one drone. He knows there's a player near the scene. It is none other than the Jackal. But Jackal, I thought the Jackal's gonna go down, but who am I kidding? Shola Molo, beautiful shot onto him. That's exactly why I love the PDW. And now looking for another, as he knows there is a frost behind that shield. Attackers are allowed to go for the breach, but they're taking their sweet time, and this is where the patience is starting to shine. Kyo will be rendezvousing together if anybody tries to make a rotation. Kyo can destroy that drone if he wants to, disabling any form of utilities here. It is being pinged. Nobody's destroying it. I guess it's gonna be Fatar saying, hey, bye, don't bangen now. Whatever. But it is gonna be Poseidon and the Thermite going for the breaches. Even the wall is technically open, but still bringing a long line of sight. But still, the pixel angle on the side of Papa Phoenix will benefit the side of the defender. But still, Tsukishima way too good on the trigger discipline. Finds an instantaneous refrag, making a 4-3 in his favor. Sees the frost in the distance. Tries to connect some shots. Probably he did. Probably he has not. Sees the player. The last casing, but oh no, the frost needs to survive, but still Kyo will take one, but still Kyo is also gonna go down. The frost is super low on HP. It's all technically up to Frost, and actually I'm gonna say it's all up to Phoenix now. And he does have the full HP. Hasi will have to play this out carefully, but hopefully for the defenders, the attackers are super low on HP as well, and brilliant shots coming in. It's up to Amaterasu. He needs to find the Frost first, and then probably the Phoenix, the Fenrir, but there's too many angles to go for, my guy. The moment he walked inside of Terrace, it was a crossfire and a half, and there was no escape, no retaliation, nothing he could have done. And just like that, 1-2 on the favor, 1-2 the scoreline in favor of the side of Vechu Bera, as they just want to make sure no survivors go from the side of Molo corpse. As Vechu Bera, still a good amount of zone to work with. But it also comes down to the fact that if they will actually keep themselves alive on this, pressures will gather. No complaints about it, as they will go back to a karaoke take. But Molo has attacked this objective once. They know how they want to play it. So maybe switching up the composition will be a better idea, but at the same time, have some pressure on the office side. If you do that, hey, the probabilities of your success will simply increase by a couple of margins. As this is how the setup is gonna be. The attackers just keep themselves up, and defenders, it's a pretty identical lineup. I do expect somebody to play on the office exhibition side, and it is gonna be the case. No complaints, as there is still a Capcan reigning supreme. Loki hate the Capcan play. But still, I'm not saying that it's a bad meta whatsoever. If you're confident with anything, go ahead. Fatar will open up the restaurant side if anybody opts to go for a toilet take. That's something he will be punishing. As I go to the scoreboard, I do see two players, especially Phoenix, really having an amazing game. Boshundora Kata buff, I guess. It's awkwardly silent, I must admit. Taking time is fine, but taking too much time, I will not be able to compliment it. It's not a commendable position, but still they're starting to breach off the wall. So, on 1 like 47 left on the clock, they're taking the take at the moment. A very slow take. Fatar will find Poseidon. And not quite sure what's the game plan here. As they will definitely go for an office take, but why did it have to happen at these moments? 4-4, as Amaterasu will find one for himself, but Don't you think there's not enough time to commit the objective now? As you'll still have to get a deal with Kyo first. And there's a lot more players. There's a trapcan traps and everything. These gadgets just get stronger and stronger as the clock ticks down. Same applies to the FNATs as well. As the attackers, I really am sorry. I just cannot compliment this take. Taking so much time. Not the best of it. As Amaterasu might be expecting the Capcan here, and yeah, he does, but no! It could have been in, it could have ended so badly, but still, he's gonna extend regardless. He didn't expect anybody to go for the refrag. How would you do that? But still, 3-3, the attacker still has yet to find map control inside of Taiko. They need to push it in, and they need to find T control. There's no way in hell they will find the control of Karaoke. I don't believe that. Unless Kyo is hunted down. It's not gonna be the best of them. As Molo knows exactly where the bandit might be, goes for the peaks, but still nothing as of now. Yukishima's gonna fall with the diffuser. Problems keep arising as Phoenix is gonna find all the kill he's gonna get hands on. It's all up to Molo, and there is nothing he can do. He's gonna be good for one, but so much he can do with that. The diffuser has been dropped in the hands of Papa Phoenix. This guy is showing off the buff of Voshundara Khatas, and just like that, 7-1. He's just unstoppable. 3-1. Still a possibility of a 3-3 is there, but they'll have to push it a bit more stronger. This is gonna be a barbecue kitchen take. Vertical pressure needs to be on point. They need to take control of the Geisha side and the Karaoke side. Otherwise, it's really gonna be difficult, if not impossible. Not to mention the way, the amount of time the attackers are taking. This is not gonna be, it's not gonna end well for them. But then again, they are respecting the opponent's stats. But so much respect will indeed backfire. Phoenix. He has been on a roll and he just wants to have more, as he's going for the spawn peaks as well, destroying the portion of the barricade to see if anybody's repelling. But my guy, you'll have to wait for the fisherman or the fish, as none of them are gonna be taking the bait or nor gonna be using that zip line to climb. Molo is expecting the Legion as he has climbed onto the tower, able to find it. The wall banks needs to be there, but never mind, he doesn't know. On the other side of the spectrum, Hasib will know there's a push coming in onto the side of onto the Geisha side, as it will be tricked without a given doubt. The bandit keeps putting pressure as it's just a single wall. We'll put another one. Anybody's guess. Yes, the entire. It just has the entire world here. Banijya Melaর মতো লাগতেছে, I'm not gonna lie. Has the entire shop ready. 2 more to go. Seepers will be dispatched. I'm not quite sure why, but it's not gonna connect. Patar finding nothing at all. I5 the attackers. This time, however, they have been fast, but they'll have to find an opening. They have not found that yet. But then again, it's for obvious reasons, because you just know there's a heavy take, so they're gonna be leaving that objective as a whole. Going for a take on to the first floor instead. Going for a direct push onto the kitchen side to the storage room. Siren will ping the FNATs. Steps will be found. Fenrir will be on the hunt, but still, the wolf is gonna be on the run, regardless of what the circumstances are. There was an FNAT, they will not destroy it, but still, I guess they have taken their entries already. Not quite sure if they need to take it, or maybe it's just turned off. Starting to find kills after kills. Amaterasu is on the floor, not quite down yet. Asif, however, will make sure that he is down and out. Legion playing a very dangerous game, but he is confident. Let's find that. this, but still Legion will go down in the hands of Deathwish, and Molo finds a follow-up onto Fatar. But Papa Phoenix, this guy doesn't stop, does he? He's gonna find a double, looking for more probably. He's looking for the pre-fires, and from the looks of it, he is the man of steel. He's just taking 1v1s like it's nobody's business. He's just taking shots one by one, and he needs to be hunted down by the side of Molo Corpse. Vechu better putting up an amazing fire and fire up Papa Phoenix. He's just not stopping. He just wants his own kill. He's going for the pre-fires. He knows where the player of Molo Corpse is gonna be. He's gonna go for it and he's gonna find it probably, but no, it's gonna be Tsukishima. Thanks to the Glacier buff, he will survive and get the kill, but not the round. 4-1. I gotta admit, the side of Vechu Beta putting up such an immense amount of pressure the side of Molo Corpse. And I must admit, Papa Phoenix is one of a kind, and he's not gonna be stopping. He also has the Jinxie background. It's anybody's guess he will be destroying lobbies. Even though Jinxie does play on console, so it doesn't quite matter, but still. The way he's performing, the way he's putting up the fight, it's just amazing. And Molo Corpse, this is where they're gonna start to feel the world collapsing upon them. 4-1. Also, this 5-1 really gets closer and closer. 4-2 will be commendable. Anything beyond that, problems, and problems. It's expecting somebody to be on the balcony, and he will be there eventually. Anybody's guess. If the attackers are gonna be expecting this, this is also a $1 billion question. We'll be able to scan out the location, not finding anybody whatsoever. Hasib back on the frost. Start their push from the below side to get rid of the breach as fast as they can. There should be bandit batteries, but I don't see bandit actively bandit tricking it, at least not yet. But they wouldn't know that, would they? There's a soft wall, and they will just get that. Not sure what was the purpose once again. We could have... Maybe they're gonna be having somebody on that rappel actively as the thermite, and the Glacier goes for the push onto the window. If that's the case, makes absolute sense to me. Their level best and the opening, but okay, Atsima, this is gonna be like, hey, Phoenix, the only master to Boyapur, and he's gonna be making sure that he doesn't go down. He goes down. A very awkward position once again. As I mentioned, all these teams have been making team plays, even though it's the first time from the side of Vechu Alpha. Vechu Beta, sorry. Starting to take an entry, but Sholo will be having. Oh no! Expected from a mile away! There will be someone at the mirror jammer, won't they? Because they just shot your drone. That was a little bit careless on the side of the attacker. He did give away his position, and now, even with the players off the board, Ichubera bring up the show, trying their level best to push it to map point and match point and grand finals. All banks will be there, runners will be. It's all up to Poseidon. We've seen this guy clutch once. Can we see him again? I kind of hate to say it, but it's kind of undoubted this time. He does have the diffuser. He might be able to see the bandit in the distance, but he's gonna be KO instead. Will be much more superior on the other side of the spectrum. Just like that, it is definitely gonna be the attackers who will have a hard time with the 5-1 split. But now, this is where they can possibly turn the tables around. Molo Corpse. Clubhouse is their home ground. This is the decider, which is a map decided by both of the teams after the map ban. This is gonna be a problem for their side if they don't retaliate right now. But then again, winning 5 rounds in consecutive order is anything but child's play.
To locate and defuse as many bombs as
As the attackers have all the momentum they can get their hands on. It's looking kind of unlikely. I hate to say it, but it really looks unlikely. But I would say I would keep myself hopeful. I cross my heart and hope to die, but even after that. You need to find their proper position and proper game plan. As they're still struggling, but it's fine. They have come so far, and as they sit on this bracket of the tournament, this is a direct indication they will be at least on the top 3, or should I say on the podium. Possibly marked, but I don't see that kill going down anytime soon unless that entry has been taken. But still, that's gonna look a little bit unlikely because Kodai and is still around the corner. He's trying every possible road he can get his hands on, expecting a jump in on the window. He can actually play on the boxes of that exhibition. I think they're quite here, so the defenders are making a wonderful job burning time, but hey, you do realize the players of Vechu can cut off your rotations as well, and they can turn the tables on the late rounds. Both of these teams have the capability to do just that. The defenders, they're not allowing the attackers to take their sweet time, but still. Find one, but Hasib was like, you know, I know you ace, you know I can ace as well, and I can take you down. They will do just that, and there's a lot of efforts. Molo might be circled at the moment. Probably he is. He needs to fall back as fast as he can. Too many players, too many angles to care. Where to run, where to hide, and there you go, Hasib. No, simply better JTF2 operator. Find her. Two for the price of one. It's gonna be Atsima who's gonna bite the dust, but even after that. It was actually Poseidon who didn't get it, but. Oh, that's huge! Tsukishima! He was waiting for the time and the tide, and he will find that. Even I was not ready for it. That one C4 is like, I'm gonna destroy this man's whole career, and got 2 important players off the board. Now the attackers are gonna be on a pickle. They can recover the diffuser as they have. But the geisha push is going to be the primary target, allowing the Twitch to take control of the area. But still, Death Twitch will be smoked on his face and allowed to fall back. 14 seconds left on the clock. All they have to do is burn time and nothing else. Oh no, the Legion! He was hiding behind that cover and it was a Takil gameplay, but still, so much they can do. And Amaterasu is like, you know, I'm going to find you and I'm going to kill your teammates as well. What you gonna do about it? And just like that, 5-2. Molo Corpse. Will find their own victories, and I gotta admit that was a very smart run from their side, especially from Tsukishima. As one of the players on the side of Vechu Alpha, from the Vechu Beta, from the looks of it, has disconnected. I'll say it's Hasib, so we're gonna allow them a little bit of time, ladies and gentlemen. So do stay tuned, don't go anywhere, and we'll be right back after a short while. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be back after the pause timer has gone down actually, as it was a technical difficulty from the side of Vechu, as it was Papa Finis who got disconnected, but he will rejoin 2-5. The momentum might be favoring the side of Molo Corps a little bit because they did win it, but then the pause timer should hold it. If it does, that is. That is also a strategy we all know. You know who I'm talking about. So, let's see if it's really subjected to bring any change to the attackers. Cade will be brought again. Oh, so never mind, it's actually the defenders who are on the defensive side, so let's see how they're gonna be having their own defensive take when it comes to deny. What's actually happening from the side of Etsy? I wanna know. I really wanna know. Wait. It doesn't seem like he's AFK. It doesn't seem like he's breaking a drone. It doesn't feel like something which is not happening accordingly. So Etsy man, he teamed with the same person. Never mind, we're gonna move on. I mean, technically Etsy does have 3 kills because he killed... I don't know if I should say it like this, but Etsy killed Phoenix more than he killed any opponents. That's the fun part. It has been tricked. And Kyo and the Thatcher didn't see that coming. Kinda sad, but still. And they'll have to make sure the bandits go off. They do have an Ash now. Oh! Sorry, they do not have an Ash anymore to get rid of the walls from below. The bandit batteries from below. But as of now, the Cade will see the clutch drone. Trying to convert devices with the Brava and destroying with a shock. So many drones in the game nowadays. Imagine if they had Lion as well and Flores as well. And maybe Deimos. Oh, never mind. Deimos is not allowed in the tournament. Poseidon will be down but not out. He can be revived, but nobody is near the vicinity to help the poor guy. Unless that Twitch drone makes it, that's gonna be a nightmare! And Fatar is gonna find the poor guy, the poor soul. Poseidon's like, "Hey, ke uda bhai," but no, that's not gonna be happening whatsoever. That Twitch drone is gonna be like, "Okay, I know you're dead. Let's just send you to the grave as well." Very... they haven't seen that for a very long time, but still. That wish will expect somebody to set the smoke. This feels like CSGO, if I want to be honest, but still, the call has been made, and there you go. The moment the smoke evaporates, Kyo's gonna find that, because all of the Tsukishima now finds the first, but every single soul knows exactly where he is. The plan's gonna go down as the attackers will overrun the objective. Finds the double. Now, on a clutch situation. Very winnable. The Thermite Thatcher versus Fenrir. The wall bangs, nothing quite yet. Might be expecting the Thermite on the wall, but he's looking at the wrong angle. But still, he might be seeing this in the nick of time. We'll take back one of those Fenrirs, activating them back so that he can get at least some form of information. Nothing quite yet. We'll spot out the diffuser. I hope he did. Yes, he did. Now he's expecting somebody to be on the corners, and he's not wrong. He's on the right side, actually. Time is ticking. Nothing he can do. He knows where the terrorist. He's gonna find the first, but not the second. Almost a clutch and a half, but Kyo simply has a way better angle as he was staying in contact of the Thatcher for the refrag potential. And just like that, it is gonna be the side of Vechu sitting on match point and grand final point. Molo Corps. They had everything. They had everything according to plan. Now they're on the brink of kind of destruction. They will have to fall to the losers bracket to fight another best of 3 to fight against a best of 5 on the side of Vechu, as Vechu pretty much confirms their position onto the top. And they can keep themselves up here. They can. Which is something which I do believe from the very core of my heart. But they'll have to make sure They don't give them the 1v1s, and they support their teammates. Had Poseidon been alive, he would have died anyways because of the 20 HP, but even after that, if the Trojan hit him, he would have been left with 10. It doesn't make any sense, does it? Because practically speaking, every single gun in the game at least does 20 damage. So you're technically one shot no matter where you're being hit. This game is a very fast TK game, or should I say a very fast time to kill. So there will be cons and ups and downs, and I just hope they find themselves on the brink of this legacy. I really hope. As Matar picking it up bandit very quickly, so this might be the end of it as they're starting to crumble apart. Skill waiting for the bandit, the EMP, and we'll go for the breach as well. There's no possibilities of an impact rig, nothing will be done as well. And I really love this from the side of Vechu Alpha, Vechu Beta, because they're taking no time whatsoever to go for these commitments, and now it's all up to the veterans of the teams. It's all up to Poseidon and Tsukishima. He's gonna find one, but still needs to find at least 2 each. Lot of pressure. This might be the end of it, and there you go. It's all up to Poseidon, the man, the myth, the legend. We'll have to pull this a miracle and a half. We'll find the thermite, but everybody knows exactly where he is. Needs to find 3 more, and everybody just will try their best to isolate this mute, and he is already isolated. None of these teammates are alive anymore. Angles will be found, and there you go. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. And it is gonna be none other than Vechu Beta sitting on grand finals as the side of Molo Corps will have to try their heart and soul to put themselves back there. The problem is they will still have to fight either of the side of Boomer Syndicate, or it's gonna be Vechu Alpha. That being said, what a game, ladies and gentlemen. These players just do not know how to give up, and they really delivered as we expected. We expected a third map, it was there, and they just did not disappoint. I really expect the side of Vechu Beta will not disappoint either on the grand finals, but at the same time, we expect the side of Molo Corps to come back stronger on the lower bracket. But then again, do I not expect the side of Vechu Alpha to retaliate, to fight against their brethren? I don't think so. Switch is also going to be applicable for the side of Boomer Syndicate. That being said, this is all for the day. We'll be having another best of 3 tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll be expecting your presence at the same time as the stream will be live on the same time. So do stay tuned, because that day is technically the grand final where we decide the third player and the finalist, the second finalist of the grand finale. That being said, that's pretty much it for the day. Do check out our sponsors at Techsessories and Sabertooth, so you guys can keep up with our action. So till then, this is Chris on Assets, as Aggie's not here. He will be joining us from tomorrow. This is Chris on Assets signing out. Good night and have a good one.